Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Brandon Rosa, and welcome to episode 277 of the Xbox in 10 podcast. Your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. Every Monday, this podcast covers new game releases, the previous week's gaming news, and we all learn an Xbox-related fun fact together. This show is on YouTube and podcast services around the world, so please subscribe in your favorite and leave a review. Xboxin10.com, no numbers, is your quick source for links to all of our podcast destinations and social media profiles, which you can follow at Xboxin10. To start, let's talk game releases. The big games out last week were eFootball 2025 and the DLC Persona 3 Reload episode Aegis The Answer. The games coming out this week include Paladin's Passage, The Plucky Squire, Train Sim World 5, Throne in Liberty, Worlds of Outlaws Dirt Racing 24, A Night on the Farm, Cozy Designer, Hidden Cats in Berlin, Elastomania 2, Keylocker, The Last Shot, Andromeda Survivors, Between Horizons, Atama, Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars Reforged, Bite the Bullet, Dros, Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, Entoria The Last Song, House of the Vinci 2, Home Safety Hotline, Matchbox Driving Adventures, Mindseas, Morcall Ragast's Rage, The Karate Kid Street Rumble, Paper Plane Arena Lost Places, and then Welcome to Imperium. Now on to last week's biggest news stories, and we have 6 to cover this week. Number 1, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 to skip campaign early access. Wesley Ian Poole at IGN writes, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will not offer campaign early access, Activision has confirmed. In a statement given to Charlie Intel, Activision said that many Call of Duty developers working on the game are focused on its October 25th, 2024 launch. Activision has released campaign early access for those who pre-ordered recent Call of Duty games, including last year's poorly received Modern Warfare 3 campaign. The early access period generally begins a week before the full launch, offering fans the chance to play through the story, so they can hit multiplayer and zombies right off the bat. But for Black Ops 6, Activision has gone in a different direction. Here is the statement. Quote, the team is fully focused on October 25th. We are excited about all the game has to offer across campaign, multiplayer, and zombies. This year we made the decision to ensure the community gets to dig in any and all modes they want at the same time, so we are back to one massive global launch moment, October 25th. As such, there is no early access beat this year for Black Ops 6, just a countdown to launch, end quote. It's worth noting Black Ops 6 is the first mainline Call of Duty game to launch straight into Xbox subscription service Game Pass, which may have influenced Activision's decision to target a singular global launch. Microsoft acquired Call of Duty as part of its $69 billion buyout of Activision Blizzard last year. This is a big one. I really expected this to be the standard for Call of Duty games going forward. I wonder if they really are just right up to the wire with this one, but then why not have launched this game in November and have the ability to do that? Are they going to low-key do another Starfield a la Game Pass Early Access where you can buy a special edition of Call of Duty to get it a few days early? I guess we shall see, but we better hear about that soon. Number 2. Xbox Game Pass Standard launches without Starfield, Hellblade 2, and more. Sean Carey at True Achievements writes, earlier this year, Microsoft announced big changes to Xbox Game Pass with a new tier called Xbox Game Pass Standard, replacing Game Pass for console for new subscribers. Xbox Game Pass Standard is available now, and there's quite a substantial difference in what the new tier offers in terms of features and the library of games compared to the previous versions. Xbox Game Pass Standard is priced at $14.99 USD and gives subscribers access to a library of 370 games and online multiplayer. However, with this tier, day one releases are not included, so you won't see games like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle drop into Standard upon release. Microsoft has confirmed that it could take up to a year or more before day one releases join Xbox Game Pass Standard. As for what games are currently included with Xbox Game Pass Standard, it appears that some major releases are missing, compared to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which boasts 506 console games in its library, including EA Play titles. Xbox Game Pass Standard features 370 games, and does not include big games such as Starfield, Hellblade 2, Forza Motorsport, Diablo 4, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. As per Vixelis on Reset Era, here's the full list of games not included with Xbox Game Pass Standard. Age of Mythology Retold Standard Edition, Another Crab's Treasure, Botany Manor, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Core Keeper, Creatures of Ava, Diablo 4, Dungeons of Hinterberg, Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, Flintlock The Siege of Dawn, Flock, Forza Motorsport, Galacticare, Go Mecha Ball, Harold Halibut, Haunty, Humanity, Kinutsugami Path of the Goddess, Lightyear Frontier, Little Kitty Big City, Magical Delicacy, MLB The Show 24, Xbox One, and Series X and S editions, Neon White, Octopath Traveler 2, Open Roads, Payday 3, Played Up, Robin Hood Sherwood Builders, Rolling Hills, Make Sushi, Make Friends, Sea of Solitude, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, Slime Rancher 2, Spider Hex, Star Trekker, Starfield, Still Wakes the Deep, Tachia, The Case of the Golden Idol, The Rewinder, Turnip Boy Robs a Bank, Valorant, and You Suck at Parking. A lot of games on that list absent from Xbox Game Pass Standard that are on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. I'm really almost confused as why anyone wouldn't just pay the extra $5 to get into Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, but hey, $5 could be a lot for certain people, and it seems like it could be a tantalizing offer for someone who maybe just got into the Xbox ecosystem and is not too keen on the upcoming releases that would be launching into Game Pass Ultimate. I do appreciate that Xbox does offer many options to its consumers, so I'm not going to give them too much grief for this one. Number 3. Bungie announces new Destiny 2 release model with 2 medium expansions a year. Andy Robinson at Video Games Chronicle writes, Bungie has marked Destiny's 10th anniversary by announcing that going forward, Destiny 2 will adopt a new release model. Instead of one large annual expansion, the developer will aim to release 2 medium-sized expansions and 4 major free content updates every year, it said. Each of these will depart from the one-shot campaign structure Bungie has been using since Shadowkeep, and each will be an opportunity to explore exciting new formats instead. According to the developer, this change aims to enhance the player experience through a new multi-year saga, introducing a non-linear story, more systemic innovation, and significant improvements to core game activities and rewards. The new model will start in the summer of 2025 with the release of Codename Apollo, a non-linear character-driven adventure, and the first of the new expansion model. Quote, previously in stories like The Final Shape, you experienced the story as A to B and C to D in a nice straight line. In Codename Apollo, our story takes place over dozens of threads you'll explore and discover, end quote, explains narrative director Allison Lures in a new blog post. Quote, so when you land on our brand new location, the story starts at A, and then you can choose if you want to explore C first, or try to get into B, or maybe investigate D, end quote. According to Lures, Destiny 2's upcoming episodes will act as an epilogue, quote, tying up Light and Dark's hanging threads, but also setting us up for what's next, end quote. Quote, the episodes close doors and open new ones, purposeful ones, storylines that are set in a place to prepare us for what's to come next. You'll see us tease it in the later 2 episodes, and then fully kick off with Codename Apollo. The next saga is also based around a core theme. Much like Light and Darkness did, it will introduce plenty of new characters, factions, twists, and more. There's a lot more we will say eventually, but we don't want to spoil the journey for you. This will be a multi-year journey, one we can wait to take you on, end quote. In addition to the future release model, Bungie says it's changing how seasons work and attempting to make Destiny more accessible by modernizing its activity UI and reworking activity rewards. I really don't know how to feel about this. I thought The Final Shape was such a great sunset to the Destiny saga from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2 over the 10-year journey that I was so looking forward to it to just existing, but ultimately really going on ice for a couple years. Go focus on Marathon, and then maybe in 5 years come back with a new engine and a new Destiny 3 to reinvigorate us and make us miss the game again. It seems like they're ultimately going to string us along and then eventually launch Destiny 3 or just continue this going. I really don't know how to shake it up, especially since Bungie has not had any real good news come out since The Final Shape's release. Number 3, all Annapurna Interactive staff resign following dispute with owner. Tom West at True Achievements writes, at a time when mass layoffs are commonplace in the video game industry, such as Microsoft's recent announcement that a further 650 redundancies are being made at Xbox, we are now reporting on staff walking out of their jobs. Following a dispute, there has been mass resignations at Annapurna Interactive. As reported by Bloomberg, all 25 Annapurna Interactive employees have left the company following a dispute with Annapurna Studios owner Megan Ellison. The team led by Annapurna Interactive president Nathan Gary was negotiating to separate the video game division from the main company so it could act as a separate entity. A spokesperson told Bloomberg that both parties failed to reach an agreement after Annapurna explored a spin-off, leading to Gary along with other executives and the rest of the team resigning. Annapurna Interactive has a reputation for publishing high-quality games, such as Stray, Cocoon, What Remains of Edith Finch, and many more, some of which have been featured on our list of best Game Pass games. I want to highlight this story a little bit just to highlight, yes, the redundancies made at Xbox with further 650 job losses from the company, which is terrible for all those who are affected, but also this crazy story with Annapurna Interactive. I really hope that these 25 people do split off to start their own company because Annapurna, just like A24 Movies, was one of those brands with their games that when you saw it, it had a different caliber bar than other indie studios. You really felt like you were going to get something special, unique, and good, so this one was really sad to see. Number 5, Tony Hawk says he's been talking to Activision ahead of the Pro Skater 25th anniversary. Darren Bonthus at GameSpot writes, skateboarding legend Tony Hawk recently hinted that he had been talking to Activision, teasing that something is being planned for the franchise ahead of the 25th anniversary. Quote, I wish I could tell you more, but I can tell you that I've been talking to Activision again, end quote, Hawk said in a Mythical Kitchen video when asked about the future of the THPS series. Quote, it's insanely exciting, we're working on something, it'll be something the fans truly appreciate, end quote. Hawk's comments align with a recent refresh of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater social media accounts, as these were updated with new images bearing a 2024 copyright watermark. Fans have begun speculating what this could mean and if the anniversary will lead to the announcement of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 remasters. Back in 2022, Hawk claimed that Vicarious Visions was working on those remasters of the games before it became a support studio under Blizzard Entertainment. Quote, I mean, that was the plan. You know, even up until the release date of this Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, we were going to do 3 and 4, and Vicarious kind of got absorbed, and they were looking for other developers and then it was over, end quote, Hawk said at the time. While it remains to be seen what Activision has planned for the 25th anniversary of the franchise, EA is also bouncing back into the skateboarding genre with a new skate game. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, what a nostalgia hit to growing up as a kid. I really enjoyed the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remakes, although I never beat those games. I'd love to see them just get more remasters and or remakes out, and maybe a nice collection of all the games, and I know a lot of fans would love to see it. What a shame that Vicarious did such good work and then just got absorbed as another subsidiary into the Activision Blizzard machine. Number 6, Xbox to bring back friend requests after more than a decade. Tom West at True Achievements writes, when the Xbox One launched, Microsoft switched up the console's friending features to mimic a social media style experience, allowing players to follow each other. Now it looks like Microsoft is rolling back the changes a bit, and while followers will be staying, Xbox insiders can now trial a new Xbox friend request feature. As announced on Xbox Wire, Alpha Skip Ahead insiders are now testing new social features, namely friend requests. Xbox says you can still follow other players, but becoming friends is now a, quote, two-way, invite-approved relationship giving you more control and flexibility, end quote. I wanted to highlight this one as just what a weird decision they made 10 years ago. I understand it as everything was trying to be a social media platform, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Friend requests are back. As always, we end our show with a fun fact about Xbox, and since we're talking about Call of Duty, let's credit ScreenRant.com with a fun fact about the Black Ops 4 Ultimate Edition. So, the Ultimate Edition of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 featured a jigsaw puzzle. While the series is known for some of its extravagant special editions, the Pro Mystery Box Edition of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is perhaps the coolest special edition the series has had. Its items include a steelbook copy of the game, Zombies Hero Fig Pins, 3 lithographs featuring moments from the game, and a 1,000-piece puzzle. While the Ultimate Edition of the newest game in the series is more toned down, featuring exclusive online bonuses as well as extras such as the game's Battle Pass bundle, it's always exciting seeing what extras get offered with the more premium editions of the games. This one's cool, and definitely go check out the image from this puzzle. I like when they get wacky with these weird and crazy special editions, although I almost never buy them. The big statues I have behind me in my game room are from The Last of Us Part 2, had to get that one, and of course Resident Evil 2 Remake, which is 2 of my favorite games of all time. Thank you all for listening to the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covering around 10 minutes. If you like the show, please subscribe to your favorite podcast service, share with your friends, leave a review, and follow on all social media at Xbox in 10. This past week, I've continued to play through Final Fantasy Tactics Advance via Means, and still loving that game. Astrobot is by far one of the best games I've played in a long time, absolutely loving it on PS5, and I need to find time to get back to Marvel's Midnight Suns on Xbox because I've also really enjoyed my time with that. My name is Broden Rose, you can follow me on Xbox at Broden83. Hope you all have a great week, stay safe, and keep on gaming.